And let's once again go back to the Ahmed Kathrada's memorial service in Durban.
Statement by Dr. Albertina Mutuli, patron and board member of the Albert and Nokukanya Mutuli Peace and Development Institute. Nation formation, social responsibility, good as well as effective governance, economic accountability, and more are grounded in excellent leadership. The road towards a democratic dispensation was never easy. However, the resolve of the people of South Africa to establish a democracy, a non-racial society, and a non-sexist society remain central pillars of our existence. These are achievable ideas. Over the years, we have also learned that we must strive to build a nation that is free from corruption, nepotism, cronyism, and self-enrichment at the expense of the poor. Future generations are the beneficiaries and custodians of well-led, governed and managed South Africa in both the public and private sector. These must be abandoned in the minds and souls of the young. This is all dependent on senior citizens being exemplary. My father's death came about because of his commitment to prevent South Africa from degenerating into a nation of thugs and immoral people. Neither did he want South Africa to be a puppet of other external corrupt forces. Many young South Africans always talk about the legacy thought he shared with them, and hence he remained respected by them. This is not the time for me to point fingers or put blame on groups, individuals and actors that are intended to destroy our fledgling democracy and involve nation. Mine is to encourage all South Africans to build a nation and economic system that cares for the poor. To achieve the latter, trust, integrity, honesty is a cornerstone. The three characteristics I have identified were symbolized by my father and my mother in their existence. In the midst of disagreements and despair in different quarters of our society, peaceful approaches must always be uppermost. It is responsible for me to focus on the issues of trust and integrity in an emerging nation like ours. These two are grounded in the following: credibility, strong and considerable stewardship of a nation, compassionate and servant leadership, having a conscience, peace and stability, convincing leadership in protecting the economic well-being of our nation, commitment to selflessness, national cohesion. In an emerging democracy, trust can never be compromised. Leaders must understand that the lack of trust culminates in suspicion. It is at this point that suspicion is associated with dishonesty. As our generation hands over the baton of leadership to born friends, we must teach and entrench the values of trust, integrity and honesty to these near future leaders. By pronouncing them only by words of mouth is inadequate. Thus, we must live them and must make them visible with our daily actions. In short, young people learn better through proper mentorship. To all my fellow South Africans from all walks of life and our different communities, I plead to you to work together for a society that cares and a country that become part of nations that are viewed to be properly moral grounded. In the past few years and few days, we have witnessed a South Africa that can be torn apart by disagreement on the issues. This need not to be, because we do have values in our multicultural communities. The founding fathers and mothers of our African National Congress, the treason trialists, the rebellion trialists, the founding mothers and fathers of our interim and final constitution demonstrated this. Let us all build on this solid foundation left to us and left to us and to future generations. At this troubled times in our developmental country, I feel on behalf of my father, Chief Ahmed Kathrada, ANC leader between 1962 to 1967, and my mother, Nukukanya, his greatest supporter and confidant, that where they are, they would like to see in South Africa, they worked hard for, together with the team of the likes of Nelson Mandela, the Tambos, Sisulus, Duma Nokwe, Montenegro, Steve Dlamini Biline, Kotane, Moses Mabhida, Alan Patton, and many others. When we consider the broad spectrum of leaders of the past, then we should realize that what a great responsibility it is to lead South Africa. Finally, I agree with the well-known phrase that says South Africa is not for sale, and it should not be for sale. And we should defend it so that no one should think he owns South Africa. South Africa belongs to all of us. I add that South Africa, as articulated in the Freedom Charter, belongs to all who live in it. Black and white, green and gold. And we must treat this wonderful country with the utmost care, lest we lose it to the unprincipled leaders. This is our responsibility to all in South Africa to make sure that we have ethical leadership in South Africa. I thank you very much.
Thank you, President, for bringing that message on behalf of Mama Bashina Betuli. Friends and comrades, we are now going to get a short message from Comrade Carlos Paulo Sabella.
Program Director, greetings to the family of Uncle Kerry, greetings to the pastors who are present here, greetings to the leadership of the African National Congress, from the National Executive Committee, Comrade Begitel and Comrade PG, from the Provincial Executive Committee, our Provincial Chairperson, Comrade Sidles Galala and other PC members who are here, Comrade Ravi, Comrade Menki. The leadership of the active citizen movement, comrades and friends. As the ANC Youth League, we are here today solely to come and pay tribute to a struggle stalwart who belongs to the African National Congress. We know that there has been widespread criticism when we announced that we would be attending the memorial service because many believed we were here to disrupt the memorial service. We want to say to the organizers and the family of Comrade Ahmed Kathrada that the ANC is here to celebrate a life well lived, not to disrupt the proceedings. We know and we understand the legacy of Comrade Kathy. We also understand that we would never have been happy to see so much poverty in the people of South Africa. We know that we struggled to see a non-racial, non-sexist and prosperous society. Hence, he would have never have agreed that his name be used to divide South Africa along racial lines. We are absolutely sure and confident that he would never have agreed that his name be used to tear apart his organization, the African National Congress. We were taught in the ANC that we should never use the deceased to condemn the living. So we are here also on behalf of the President of the Republic of South Africa and the President of the ANC to also mourn on his behalf after he was barred from mourning his leader who he had served time with in the Robben Islands. We believe that Uncle Kathy would have agreed with us that it is indeed time for radical economic transformation in the Republic of South Africa. We believe that he would never have agreed that the economy of this country is not transferred to the people as a whole. Despite Uncle Kathy's senior leadership or seniority in the ANC, despite him having struggled for this country and freed this country, not in a single day did he ever demand a cabinet position in the country. So we want to say, greeting also to the Treasurer General of the African National Congress. We want to say, without any fear of contradiction, that all our comrades in the ANC, especially those whom are seen today in the chair of the active citizen movement, that we will be having a meeting with them to discuss some of our concerns that we also have and some of the concerns that they also have, in order to pave a way forward so that our country does not deteriorate into ashes. We call upon everyone who is participating here to respect all speakers. We call upon you, especially those who are members of the UP. Now, this is now a command from our provincial chair, Comrade Michel, who has said to me, I must say to all members of the NCUP, let us respect this memorial service and not interrupt anyone, especially the senior leadership of the ANC. Our chair is going to come speak here. The NEC member of the ANC, Comrade PG, because that's what we need to remember. Comrade PG remains a leader of the African National Congress. And the youth of the ANC will respect all leaders of the African National Congress. Finally, as I go to sit down, the ANC Youth League in KwaZulu-Natal wishes to affirm its unequivocal support for the cabinet reshuffle by President Jacob Zuma. We also wish to reaffirm the continued leadership and stewardship of President Jacob Zuma of this country, and we are saying, as the Youth League, we believe President Zuma must stay as President of the ANC till December, and as President of the country till 2019. Thank you very much. Come on, down.
Thank you. Please let us follow those very wise words, and demonstrating to us true leadership today. Comrades, at this point, my friends, I would like to welcome the Treasurer General of the African National Congress, Comrade Durban, please, to join us in the platform. It's now my pleasant duty to call upon our next speaker, the MEC for Economic Affairs in KwaZulu-Natal, the chairperson of the Provincial Executive Committee, Comrade Ahmed Kathrada.
Oh!
Kathrada long live. Long live the legacy of Comrade Ahmed Kathrada, long live. Long live President Zuma, long live. Long live ANC, long live. Masha. Comrades, we take this opportunity, Comrade Treasurer General of the ANC, Comrade Zwelin Kize, to greet you as the Treasurer of the ANC. Thank you for attending to this engagement. We wish to greet the NPC member of the ANC, Comrade Pravin Gordhan, and thank him for honoring the invitation to this memorial service. We extend our greetings to the ANC NPC member, Comrade Begowa Kekele. We thank him for honoring and being here today. Let me take this opportunity to greet the PEC members of the ANC, Comrade Ravi Pillay, as well as Comrade Meki Gavenda. I wish to also greet, with respect, send my greetings to the family of Comrade Ahmed Kathrada and thank them for being with us today, but also thank them for allowing us to share this part of his life and remember who was Comrade Ahmed Kathrada in the true spirit of the revolution of the people of South Africa. Allow me, Program Director, also to acknowledge the presence of a number of our veterans of the struggle, especially among us, Comrade Ila Gandhi, a number of our veterans who are with us here. We thank them for being with us today. Greetings also and acknowledgement of the Member of Parliament of Legislature, Comrade Cyril Kaba, Comrade Nongos. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the ANC, greetings to all of you. It is a singular and a deeply humbling honor to be part of this session where we pay tribute to Comrade Ahmed Kathrada, a beloved comrade whose whole life, personal, social, and political, was shaped by the African National Congress, the organization which he loved so deeply and to which he remained loyal until the last day of his life. Maybe at this moment, let me just remind all of us who are members and not members of the ANC, because Comrade Ahmed Kathrada was a member of the ANC. The current dynamics that are at play in the society and even today here does not represent the glorious movement, the ANC. The ANC is a truly non-racial organization. Any form of racial segregation and any form of separation in terms of race and class does not represent and reflect the standing of the ANC and its character. But having said so, because I'm this kind of a person who speaks quick, I always don't appreciate stopping so that I speak and finish. But the ANC is a caring organization and a democratic organization. Now, a democratic and a caring organization is always responsible. A democratic organization, one is responsible, but is democratic. And as the organization, we've got platform to raise our views, to raise our emotions, to raise our anger, and to debate issues. In the society, we're open for criticism. We accept criticism with humility, and we take it as what leads us to go and do self-introspection. And therefore, having said that, I must start by saying, one, to use the platform of a memorial service or any platform of bereavement to postulate and echo any sense of disagreement is not correct. To use the platform of a funeral and a memorial service to express any divergent view is not humane. written by Comrade Ahmed Kathrada to the President. It was a letter between the President and Ahmed Kathrada and no one else. And I want to be clear on that. Irrespective of who we are and what is our standing in our society, we must never abuse any information and anything to our favor. And therefore, that presentation of a letter written in a particular form directed to the President does not represent the character of the ANC. If that letter written by the former Deputy President of the ANC, if the Deputy President shares the same concern raised by Comrade Ahmed Kathrada, it is upon him to go to the ANC and raise those issues with the ANC. Now, comrades, if one comrade has gone wrong and did something that is strange and which does not resonate with the culture of the ANC, we should not follow the suit. We should remain disciplined as members of the ANC. I believe, and I will want to make it clear, any use of the platform of the passing on of Comrade Ahmed Kathrada to reflect divisions in the ANC does not represent the ANC. Any view that seeks to use and abuse the platform of the passing on of Comrade Kathrada to reflect your view about what is happening in the society is incorrect. Therefore, even here today, those who've got views about the cabinet reviewer must go and take their views to political parties they belong to. Those who belong to the ANC have created enough platform to engage with comrades who support the decisions of the President. And therefore, the support of the decision to review the executive cannot be expressed in the memorial service of Comrade Kathrada. And I must say, any placard that is here, whether in support or against the reviewer of the executive of this country, does not represent the glorious movement, the ANC. Those who decide, those who are saying here, they are in support of the President, it's correct, it is not wrong. But not in this platform, because in this platform, we are paying tribute to the Kenya who spent his life for this movement. But equally, those who are coming here with placards, criticizing any leader of the ANC are equally wrong and are doing it in a wrong platform. I must say this equally. Even if we've got differences in the ANC, we have our differences in platforms within the ANC. We are the only democratic organization in this country. We are the only democratic organization that discuss issues, differ, and engage on those issues openly without fear or favor. And therefore, even today, we would like to ensure that this platform is not used to ventilate any area. We live here in KwaZulu-Natal in a divided society. Let's sit down, comrades. Let's sit down, comrades. Chief, it is unfortunate that we continue to see this kind of situation. I must say, we are living in a divided society, characterized by racial polarization, which emerged and is sustained from colonialism of a special type. Unlike other revolutions, colonialism was something else, but in our case, the colonizer and the one who's colonized share the same territory. In that regard, we've defined ours as non-racial society. There will be those from both sides who will become extremists. They will want to carry racial division at all costs. Those who are racist in our country are racist because they benefited from apartheid colonialism. Those who are racist in this country, they will want to sustain racism as long as it benefits them. And therefore, those who fight against racism cannot falter and do the same. But we must continue to ensure that we eliminate all elements of racism. We can't be arrogant, we must be polite, we must welcome engagement, criticism, we must debate as a democratic society, but we must not express our differences in any racial segment. We must equally respect the leaders of the ANC. ANC leaders are leaders because they are elected to lead. In the ANC, we've got elected leaders, but we've got leaders who have led us, who are leaders and they remain leaders, even without being in position. And therefore, we must